Kid Rock screams at Pam Bondi at concert. Her response goes instantly viral. The roar of the crowd was deafening. Las Vegas was alive that night, neon lights flickering like restless stars, and the air smelled of beer, perfume, and adrenaline. Kid Rock's voice boomed across the arena, gravelly and unapologetic, as he tore through another high-energy anthem. Thousands of people were on their feet, except one woman in the front row. Pam Bondi sat there, still as a statue, with her hands folded neatly in her lap. No cell phone out, no clapping, no swaying, just quiet presence. And Kid Rock noticed. Mid-song, he stopped. Literally stopped the band mid-chord. The crowd froze with him. He leaned toward the mic, eyes narrowing. "Front row seat, lady, and you're just sitting there," he shouted, pointing straight at her. "This is a concert, not a library." The audience laughed and hollered. People turned toward Pam, phones already recording. It was a perfect viral moment in the making, the rock star versus the too serious fan. But Pam didn't flinch. She stood up slowly, her tailored white blazer catching the stage light, and walked toward the barricade. The security guard stiffened, ready to intervene, but she simply leaned in close enough for her voice to carry through Kid Rock's mic. "I'm here," she said softly, "because my son loved your music. He passed away last month." This was his ticket. The arena went silent. You could hear someone in the back drop a plastic cup. Kid Rock's smirk vanished instantly, replaced by something raw and human. His hands dropped from the mic stand. Pam continued, her voice steady but warm. "I promised him I'd come. I can't sing like him, can't dance like him. But I'm here, for him." For a heartbeat, nobody moved. Then Kid Rock did something no one expected. He stepped off the stage. The lights followed him as he walked up to Pam, wrapped his arms around her, and whispered something only she could hear. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. He took her by the hand and led her onto the stage. "This," he told the crowd, "is Pam. And tonight, she's not just here for her son, she's here with us. And we're gonna sing his favorite song for him." The band launched into Only God Knows Why. But this time, the lyrics weren't just words, they were a bridge, carrying thousands of strangers across Pam's grief and into her son's memory. People swayed with arms around each other. Some cried, some smiled through tears, and Pam stood there, eyes closed, letting the music wash over her. By the end, the audience erupted in the loudest cheer of the night, not for Kid Rock, but for Pam, for her strength, and for the love that had brought her there. The video hit the internet within hours. Millions watched. Comment sections filled with strangers sharing their own stories of loss, love, and music that carried them through it. And in the end, the night wasn't remembered for the moment a rock star called someone out. It was remembered for the moment a crowd came together, proving that even in the loudest places, kindness can be louder still. Sometimes the most powerful response is the one that reminds us we're all human. The cheering didn't fade quickly. It hung in the air like a warm blanket, wrapping Pam in something she hadn't felt in weeks: connection. For days after her son, Michael, had passed, she'd been surrounded by silence. Friends didn't know what to say. Calls were short. Meals dropped off on the porch came with awkward goodbyes. But now, in the middle of a rowdy Las Vegas concert, she felt seen. Kid Rock stood beside her, hand still on her shoulder. He didn't say anything into the mic for a moment, just looked at her like the rest of the room had vanished. Then he turned to the audience. "You know, we play a lot of shows," he began, his voice lower now, almost tender. "And sometimes, we forget why music matters so damn much. But this right here," he gestured to Pam, "this is it. This is the heart of it. Music ain't just about a good time. It's about carrying someone's spirit forward." The crowd erupted again, this time not in wild screaming, but in a slower, rolling applause, like the sound of waves. Pam smiled faintly, her eyes scanning the sea of faces, people who were strangers but, in that moment, felt like family. The song finished, and Kid Rock guided her gently back to her seat. He gave her a nod before jumping back into the setlist, but something had shifted in the room. People weren't just there for the party anymore. They were there for the story. Halfway through the concert, Pam felt a tap on her shoulder. A young woman in her 20s leaned in, her mascara slightly smudged. "I just wanted to say, my mom died last year," she said, voice trembling. I haven't been to a concert since. But tonight, I don't know, I feel like she's here with me. Thank you. Pam squeezed her hand. Maybe that's what music does, it carries the ones we love back to us for a little while. After the final encore, security escorted Pam backstage. Kid Rock was waiting. No cameras now, just him, holding 2 cold bottles of water and looking almost nervous. He scratched the back of his neck. I'm sorry I yelled at you. I was just in show mode. I didn't know. Pam chuckled softly. It's all right. If you hadn't, I'd just be another quiet face in the crowd. And Michael, well, he'd have loved that his mom made it on stage at a Kid Rock concert. Kid laughed, shaking his head. He had good taste in music, sounds like. Pam reached into her bag and pulled out a folded photo. Michael, grinning, wearing a worn-out Kid Rock t-shirt 2 sizes too big. She handed it to him. I want you to have this, she said. Kid Rock took it carefully, like it was something fragile. Thank you. I'll keep it on my bus. When Pam left that night, the Vegas Strip felt different. The flashing lights didn't seem so harsh, the noise didn't seem so cold. She had gone to honor her son, expecting nothing. But she walked away with something unexpected, a reminder that compassion, even from strangers, could be the bridge between grief and healing. By the time she got back to her hotel, her phone was buzzing nonstop. Messages from people she hadn't heard from in years, from strangers across the globe. They'd seen the clip. They'd felt the moment. Somewhere, she thought, Michael was laughing, probably telling his friends up there, that's my mom. And for the first time since losing him, Pam felt peace. Because kindness, even when it comes wrapped in loud guitars and bright lights, is still kindness, and it can change everything.